There's actually a term in existential psychology and philosophy called facticity. And facticity is the element where you totally are in touch with your own particular existence. Like I said, go back, and if somebody can even do this physically, do it. Go back to the room in which you were born. Go back to the cot in which you laid. Go back to the first experiences that you had when you were young, and then go from there. Try to track, even if you only have to do it in your mind, then okay. But even if you can do some of this physical, look at the clothes that you once wore. Look at the pencil that you once wrote with in school. You know, these things lie in the attic, so to speak. And Heidegger was very much into this. He was always talking about how you don't see the doorknob when you open it. You have no feeling when you sit in a chair of that experience. What is the chair doing? Does it have a life of its own, you know? Why do you never contemplate your relationship with the light, with the chair that you sit on, with the knife and fork that you eat from, with your own body, with your own cells, with the way your eyes blink, with the color blue? Do you have any relationship yourself with the color green, or is it just there and everybody has a relationship with it and it's just basically invisible, and you have this numbness, this comfortable numbness with everything that exists in the world? What does a tree mean for you? What was your first scent of air like when you first realized the wind is on your face and so forth and so on? These are what roots a man back in his own existence. When you go to the mountain, instead of looking at the mountain and wanting to know its essence, why don't you link with it animistically and find out what it would like to be a mountain? Get into direct communion, you see, with the thing itself, which is you. You are the whole on. You are in everything and everything is in you. It's these types of contemplations that help us start to get out of the illusion and to shatter this whole mysterium possession that is basically operates like a parasite on the mind of man. It is literally works very parasitically in the consciousness of human beings, and it is born out of trauma, no less as the ego was born. They're two evil twins that were born together, and in fact they may be even indistinguishable. Even the science is there if people read Julian Jaynes and a few other people there, and especially Heidegger, because Heidegger was adamant that the philosophers who were meant to be the ones that were seeking for the truth of life and the meaning of life were utterly wrong. First of all, man is the only one who can give meaning to his life, because man is the only one who thinks up the thoughts about meaning. All that man can know is his thoughts about things, but he's also got to be able to doubt those thoughts. He's got to understand the root of where those thoughts are coming from. Are those thoughts just a product of your social persona? Are they conditioned by how other people see you and the approval ratings, that you don't really have a sense of self at all? You know, all of these questions that we've tried to deal with in these 3 interviews need to be all taken holistically, and never forget that the ancient men said that man had in fact fallen. He's not progressing, he is falling away from the oracle or the font of all truth. So are we doing that? Are we getting further away, or are we actually getting closer? And second most important thing, to never lose the idea or the understanding, never to help your mind be deluded, both consciously or unconsciously, that you have any creation over your own mind or nature. Nature is the prime datum. Nature created God, as the Taoists are saying. They created your mind, and it created man. You are the, if you want to call it, subservient metaphysically and ontologically to nature. And therefore the acts that you do towards nature, personally and under the guise of technology, you are literally doing it to your creator. So one day walk out in nature, wherever you happen to be, and say hello to your creator, because there she is lying right in front of you every single day. When you wake up in the morning, do you ever greet the day and say, hello day, thank you for housing me, thank you for being here, I am walking through you today? What relationship do we have with time? What relationship do we have to the light that greets our eyes every morning? That's just something that happens. When, Heidegger used to say that when the eyes are open and the light meets your eyes, it is at that moment that you must say hello. And he used the word thankfulness, and he said that the same German word for thank you is the same word, Henrik, as thinking. It's the word root for thinking and for gratitude are the same in German. So that your very thought must be an act of gratitude, first and foremost, to be embraced by the day that it is your relation. You are related to it. It embraces you like a mother, and everything you do and think and enjoy during the day is made possible by the day. It's not just a functional dead thing without consciousness. And in doing that, in awakening that kind of relationship, you yourself then reawaken the same kind of natural consciousness within yourself by doing that, because one string vibrates with the other string. The moment that you see nature as being real and alive and animate, not some essence hidden behind it, some spooky mysterium, but itself is living right there. and that each tree, each leaf is an altar to that noumena, automatically nature's voice, the voice of the animals, the voice of the trees, the voice of the atoms, the voice of the air, speaks to you directly, not collectively. There is no collective enlightenment, there is no collective utopia, there is no collective illumination. In the end scenes of the movie The Silent Flute, it was written by Bruce Lee and James Coburn, that's what they say. There is no enlightenment outside yourself. And everyone must examine in their own mind how they've been sold that lie, that there is an enlightenment, an illumination, a knowledge, a peace, a satori outside of yourself and your existence. That is evil. That is the thing that is destroying the world as we know it today.